We are looking at your yellow STAAR Countdown paper 7.5C. We're solving mathematical and real world problems involving similar shape and scale drawings. Similar shape and scale drawings. Make a proportion. What's a proportion? Two ratios that are equivalent. Good. Two equal ratios. If I wanted to make a ratio here and I had, for example, 12 over 10, what could I put here? 6 over 5. Thank you. What did I just do? I simplified. Okay? So there's several different ways that I could use this proportion box. I can use it to simplify, or I can use it to solve for an unknown. So then if I had, let's say, 105, and then I had 10 and x, how would I solve? Divide. Cross multiply and divide. Okay? So two different ways here. Over here I'm simplifying, over here I'm cross multiplying and dividing. So take a gander at number 1. Or gander toward number 1. Alex did a scale drawing of his classroom. Scale means I need a proportion box. Using the dimensions. What are dimensions? Sides. Sides. 4 of them that we've talked about dealing with area and volume. What were the sides? What were they called? The width. And the length. The length and the width. And then who's the other pair? Base and height. Good. Determine the actual area of the classroom. So this is just a model. It's a picture. This is 2.8 inches. This is 1.8 inches. Then they give me the scale right here. 1 inch equals 10 feet. So if this is 1.8 inches, how many feet is that? What do they give me? Which is 1 inch and 10 feet. So I put 1 here and 10 here. And what am I trying to find?
How many inches?
Not inches. How many feet are here? So what do I put up here? 1.8. And what do I put down here? X. How do I solve?
Cross multiply 10 and then divide by 1.
I don't really need to divide by 1, but yes, cross multiply and divide. What's 10 times 1.8? 18. I just moved my decimal to the right 1 time because there's 1 0 here. This is 18 feet. So 2.8 inches is going to be how many feet? 28. You can do that mentally now. You saw what you did here. Multiply by 10. Move your decimal over by 1. What is the question asking me though? What's the area? So now what do I have to do? Multiply. Multiply what? What do I need before? 18 times 28. But what is that? What am I finding the area of? What shape is this? Rectangle. So how do I write that out? A equals base times height. 28 times 18 is how you solve that problem. Don't shout it out. I'm moving on. Number 2. It says on a blueprint the scale. That means I need a proportion. That and scale indicates that 6 centimeters represents 15 feet. What is this?
Ratio.
It's a ratio. That's going in my proportion box. What things do I have? Feet and centimeters. How many feet do they give me?
15.
And how many centimeters matches it?
6.
What is the length of a room that is 7.2 centimeters long on the blueprint? So do I need this 5?
No.
Nope. I need this 7.2. Where do I place it in my proportion box? Down to the right. 7.2, and this is my unknown, so I put an X there. Cross multiply and divide. Okay, looking at number 3. Brian is looking for a 1-bedroom apartment. While visiting different buildings, he received this floor plan. The actual dimensions of the master bedroom are 12 feet by 16 feet. Actual dimensions are 12 by 16. What is the scale used to create this floor plan? Where's the bedroom? Do I need, it's in the top left. I don't need this, 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 or this. This is the one that I need. So this is 2 by 1.5. Which side would be 16 feet and which side would be 12 feet? The top 16 and the side 12. Why? Very good. Because 2 is longer than 1.5 and 16 is longer than 12. So this is 16 and this is 12 feet. 16 feet and 12 feet. FT. Now I need to find out how do they get from 2 to 16 and how do they get from 1.5 to 12? Chase?
16 divided by 2 is 8.
What did I say at the beginning of this activity? What can go in here? A ratio. Which one? Which one's easier to deal with? 2 and 16. Why is this one a little more challenging? Because it has a fraction. Pay attention. What measurements do I have? What are the things that I have? Feet and inches. Okay, they give me 16 and 2. Then what did I do at the very beginning? What can I do with 16 and 2? Simplify. Good. What will I end up with here and here? 8 and 1. 8 what?
8
Feet and 1. Find your answer that matches that. Okay. Number 4. The 2 parallelograms below are similar. That means I have to make a proportion. What is the length in inches of PQ? PQ is right here. I don't know this, so I put an X there. What should I do? Proportion box. Thank you. Who goes in here?
12 and 18.
12 and I don't know where 18 came from.
Oh, 16.
12 and 16. 12 and 16. I'm switching it up. Now what?
18. Oh, wait, 30 and X.
30 and X. How do I solve? Cross multiply and divide. Okay, I have to make sure that the 12 and 30 are on the same side because they, what's that C word that I've talked about in the past? They're not congruent. Congruent means equal. They have to correspond. They have to match. Same place, different shapes. So this is the same location. This is a different shape. Move on to number 5. It says on a map, 1 centimeter equals 4 kilometers. What is this? It's a ratio, and I need a proportion box. Good. The distance between City Zoo and the airport on the map is 8.2 centimeters. What is the actual distance between City Zoo and the airport? Proportion box. Who goes in this? Centimeters and kilometers. And then y'all said 1/4. Great. Now what? Goes on the top. Cross multiply and divide. Number 6. We're just doing the same thing on number 6. Number 7 is a little more challenging. It says the scale shown on a map is 1 centimeter is 35 kilometers. What is this? Ratio. Which means I'll need a what? Proportion box. Use a metric ruler to determine which line segment represents a distance of 175 kilometers. What needs to be in my proportion box? Centimeters and kilometers. What else? 1 and 35 goes where?
Down left.
Down the right. X goes here. Okay, you have a ruler in your notebook. At the beginning of the year, everybody got a little reference chart. Use it to measure these sides. You can cross multiply and divide and figure out what this number should be and then measure and match your answer there. Obviously, it's not going to be who? No. No. Obviously, it's not going to be A. They have B, C, D, and E. Okay? Don't measure A. Next. Good job. Aisha wants to build a full-size boat out of plywood. She drew this scale model. In the scale model, scale means I need to make a what? Proportion box. The length of the boat is 6 inches and the width is 3. The width of the real boat is going to be 4 feet. Real boat, 4 feet. What will be the length of the real boat? So what is this right here? A ratio. I think y'all should have the hang of it by now. Number 9. As a part of a school project, Juan was asked to draw an accurate sketch of his bedroom. Using the dimensions and scale shown, dimensions are my side lengths, scale means I need a proportion box. Determine the actual area of his room. 1 inch equals 5 feet. So what did we do back in question 1 or 2? Proportion box. So this one's going to be a little different because instead of multiplying by 10, I have to multiply by 5. So why don't we just do that? Times 5 times 5. So 2.2 times 5 is what? We really don't need a proportion box for this. 2.2 times 5. 5 times 2? 5 times 2 plus 1. This is 11 inches. And then 4.3. You should be writing. There's no reason why I should be doing more work than you. 3 times 5? Whoa, 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 whoa. What? I'll let you catch up. 5. 1, 2. See, Miss Starling needed to catch up. 21.5. Area equals, how do I know I need area? Because I didn't underline it. It's a rectangle. Okay? Who am I multiplying? 11 times 21.5. Number 10. On a blueprint, the scale indicates that 4 centimeters represents 12 feet. What did they give me? A ratio. Which means I need a proportion box. Good. Who goes in the proportion box? Centimeters and feet. What is the length of a room that is 5 centimeters long on the blueprint? Do I need this 3.5? No. They do this so you can do this. 5 and 3.5 and 4 and 12. And then you're like, huh? What do I do there? This is wrong. They give you 4 and 12. And you need to figure out who to put there. Okay? Get to work.